rise. Welcome everyone, and thank you for being here tonight at the very first Leaders Dinner in Southern Alberta with our new Premier, Alison Redford. My name is Darren Hirsch, co-chair of this event, and I'm pleased to be your MC for the evening. I'd like to introduce my co-chair partner, Penny Gardner. She can just stand for me. There she is in the back. Thanks, Penny. This is a very special night, and we're incredibly honored to be able to host this event in Southern Alberta. Premier Redford and honored guests, we'd like to welcome you to the sunniest city in Canada and home to great weather, just like we ordered for you today. Going through a leadership change over the last few months is quite an interesting process, but in the end, as a party, all sides need to come together and unite behind a leader. And we feel that looking around this room tonight, this is what's happening. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start the program. We have a great night ahead, so now it's time to get on with the program. So if I could please ask Jen Davies to the stage to lead us in tonight's grace.
Let us bow our heads. Bless us, O Lord, in these thy gifts which we are about to receive. We thank thee, Lord, for this food, for the blessings you bestowed upon our community and our families, for all the days we've had together and all the days to come, for all the joys and sorrows that bind us ever closer, for all the trials we've overcome. Feed our souls on the bread of life and help us to do our part in kind words and loving deeds. Lord, we thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Jen. And now continuing with tonight's traditions, I'd now like to ask MLA for Cypress Medicine Hat, Len Mitzel, to lead us in tonight's Toast to the Queen.
Good evening, everyone. Less than 3 weeks ago, Alberta elected a new leader and premier for our province. Madam Premier, thank you very much for being here tonight. Colleagues, many thanks for being here as well. And would all of my colleagues please stand? Thank you as well to former colleagues who are here. And thank you especially, welcome friends, who now will have an opportunity to see, meet, and hear our leader, Premier Redford. Thank you all for being here tonight. And now, would you please rise, toast the Queen. To the Queen.
Thanks, Clint. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a little history on who this lady is, our new leader and the Premier of Alberta, Alison Redford. Please direct your attention to the screen.
When this journey first began, I couldn't imagine, truly couldn't imagine, what it would be like to be standing before you as Alberta's 14th Premier. Albertans know they want it to be better. They know that we're on the cusp of something really important right now. When I walk around the cities now, when I'm in communities around the province and I talk to Albertans, I think there's a tangible excitement around what change can be. It's a journey that started long before the beginning of the leadership campaign, and it began, as many life's journeys do, with my mother, who first encouraged me to get involved in politics, democracy, and public service. Without her, being the daughter of Romina Anderson, our grandmother, I wouldn't be here today. Everyone in this province knows what our potential is, and they know that when we think differently, when we expand our boundaries, when we're prepared to challenge conventional thinking, that's when we get the best ideas. I'm a 46-year-old mom. My daughter Sarah's 9 years old. I am a proud Albertan who lived in Calgary most of my life. And I've had the opportunity to work in a lot of places around the world, a lot of places that certainly don't have the resources and the blessings that we have here. We have opportunities to build technologies here that will be very relevant for growing energy economies around the world. We are a party of fiscal discipline. We are not a party of deficit. It's entirely possible for us to continue to provide the quality of life that we as Albertans have without going into debt, and I'm committed to that. We're going to work hard. We now as a party and a government have to set an agenda. We have to set an agenda for the next 6 months, but also for the next 10 years. We can do it. We are a government that's been capable and strong and delivered good government, and at the end of the day, that is what Albertans are going to choose. As your Premier, I pledge today that I will keep listening to Albertans. I will work hard, and I will endeavour to govern with the integrity, transparency, and accountability that Albertans want and deserve. Thank you, and God bless Alberta.
Ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the Progressive Conservative Association, the Honourable Alison Redford, Premier of Alberta.
Conservative Party. When I think to the number of times that I've sat at dinners, participated in leadership forums, been part of community events, there's a lot of good discussion that goes on here. There's a lot of people in this room tonight who are strong community leaders in this community who are committed to our party, and I thank you so much for being here tonight. It is an honor to come before you tonight for the first time as leader of the PC Party of Alberta. And I'm delighted to be here in Medicine Hat. Support for our party in Medicine Hat is crucial. We are united by shared values. And I look forward in the future to being able to be part of conversations with you where we can be proud of what those values are as progressive conservatives and as Albertans. Before I begin, I'd certainly like to thank our co-chairs tonight. Penny and Darren have done a fantastic job. It's wonderful to have the sort of volunteerism, not only in the community, but in the party, that allows us to thrive as a party in this community. And thank you so much for setting up the leadership. And I also want to recognize all of the MLAs in the crowd tonight who have come from Edmonton and other parts of the province, our cabinet ministers, and of course your MLAs from Southern Alberta, Jack Hayden, Royce Jacobs, Evan Berger, Lynn Mitchell, Rob Brenner. So please, will all of my caucus colleagues rise? We're a strong and proud team, and we work hard for this party, but we can only do it with your support, and so we thank you for that support. We are a family that is proud of the traditions that we've been able to uphold in this province for 40 years. And it is a privilege to be back in Medicine Hat and to spend time here. The leadership debate at Medicine Hat last July, I think, was one of the most interesting. You are passionate believers in your community. You are prepared to hold your community leaders and government to account. And we need to ensure that we are supporting you in your goals and contributions to this province as a whole and to your community in particular. This afternoon I had the opportunity with Rob and with Glenn to see the Mega Training Systems offices in the Canadian Centre for Unmanned Vehicle Systems. It's a very impressive operation in Medicine Hat. It's impressive because of the work that it does, also because of the fact that it's so committed to research and development. It's a slightly unconventional industry for what a lot of people in Alberta would think is going on in Medicine Hat, which speaks to something that I'll talk about a little bit later. And it's something that really touched me. Of course, there's technology that they are building there that's good in Afghanistan. It's involved in environmental regulation and monitoring. It's going to be part of what commercial viability and commercial development can look like for Alberta. And it gives us, as Albertans, an opportunity to be proud of locally developed technology, developed by kids who grew up in Medicine Hat, went to university and came back and are now building their lives here. It was a tremendous example of what the future of Alberta will be. You know, when I see things like that, I know that we're on the cusp of an amazing future. And the past year, traveling across this province, I know that Albertans think the same thing. We have incredible potential, and together I know that we will reach it. And I'd like to talk a little bit about that tonight, because there's lots of things that are going to allow us to realize that potential. As Albertans, we know that we're fortunate to live here, but we want to achieve more. We want to take pride in our communities and our province, and we want to take our achievements to a whole new level. We want to have confidence that we are doing all that we can do to ensure that our communities are strong and the government is making smart decisions. Our goal is simple: to make our province and our lives better. It is my goal as a member of this party, as your leader, and as Premier of the province, to do that with you as a team. We need to build a better healthcare system that is more accessible for you and your family, properly funded education that is better for all of our children, better communities that are safer, better industry that is cleaner and economically stronger. Albertans will be proud knowing that we are the best place in the planet to live and raise a family. We will walk tall in our communities, take our place in the world, and know that we are building a better Alberta, building a better Canada, and building a better world. We're going to start by building a better healthcare system. Albertans need to be healthy and stay healthy. To achieve this, we have to build a system that provides care on your terms when your family needs it. For those of you in the room who are parents like I am, you know firsthand how frustrating it can be to have a sick child. A child who needs medical attention, but the wait seems endless, especially when they're sitting with you in the emergency room. I've been there, and I think many here have. And that's why, and I have to commit again tonight to the fact that we are so proud as a government to know that the $200 million redevelopment of the Medicine Hat Regional Hospital is going ahead and will be completed in 2015. Community, and it's important for this region. This expansion will add roughly 19,000 square meters of new space, including a new ambulatory care wing, so that when you or your loved ones are sick and need help, you'll be able to get it in a timely fashion, and it'll be based in the community. The expansion will also include new space for maternity and neonatal care, also for renal programs, so that Medicine Hat moms and newborns can get the best treatment that they need in their community. They'll be involved in supporting urology programs and neurology programs, cutting-edge care to meet the demands of a growing community. And 2015 is truly just around the corner. But we can do even better for Medicine Hat. Our estimates are that there are over 12,000 people in Medicine Hat that don't belong to a primary care network. And what that means is that those people don't have immediate access to a family doctor. Now, you'll know that during the leadership campaign, I talked a lot about family care clinics, which was a new approach to providing primary health care. Medicine Hat is an ideal community to support primary care clinics. Each publicly funded clinic will be staffed by multidisciplinary teams of healthcare professionals, doctors, nurses, mental health workers, who will be able to support families with the care that they need. But most importantly, these clinics will have a smaller population of client base than traditional primary care networks, so that you'll be able to rebuild relationships with care providers. You'll get treatment from friendly, familiar staff that understand family circumstances. None of us want to feel like a cog in the healthcare machine, and the healthcare system doesn't want us to be that either, so we can make it better. We also have to provide seniors with the same comforting familiarity. Medicine Hat needs more beds for continuing care facilities. And more to the point, we need to ensure that seniors can stay together. They require care right now, but because of our system, very often couples that have been together for 50 years, we're asking to start living apart. And that's not right. And quite frankly, we've been talking about that for far too long. Will have parents or grandparents in this situation. It's not acceptable in Alberta. It's not part of our values, and it's not what we want to think about when we say that we're proud to be Albertans. We want our loved ones to be able to spend their golden years together in the warmth of their family and get the health care requirements that they need. We owe this to them, and we owe it to ourselves as a community. Through public-private partnerships, my government will add 1,000 new units to the system as quickly as possible. Half will be designed for couples, and please note I said units, not beds. This has to be part of the way that people continue to live and have a quality of life. And to solve this problem over the long term, we will free care facilities from the housing cost cap. That means that they will be able to expand and create seniors living options that are suited to people's income. But be very clear, we won't be leaving anyone behind. We can build a system that ensures that people have choice and still allows us to support people who may not have the same level of income. We can do this when we think intelligently, strategically, and long-term about care that matters for Albertans. And this doesn't just apply to health care or to seniors. When we talk about making sure that no one is left out, we have to talk about our kids. And there's Thomas Lukasik sitting in the front row right there. I want to give our kids the best education possible. We all do as a party. And Thomas is going to be a fantastic minister. One that will open many doors for children later in life. With this in mind, you will know that I did promise to reverse $107 million cut in education funding. And we did that. We delivered on that. This time of year. Ready and passionately engaged with school boards, not only to make sure that the school boards, the decision was made and brought into effect in a way that it had meaningful impact for Albertans, and that's what this government is going to do. Our kids deserve an outstanding education in a system that teaches our families' values. They deserve the best teachers and reasonable class sizes, and they have to get the individual attention that they need to excel. And in Medicine Hat, children will get all of this. In 2014, we'll be opening a new K-9 school here in Medicine Hat, which will relieve crowded classrooms, and will ease teachers' workload so that students get the high-quality education they're entitled to. In the short term, restoring the lost funding was the first step towards this goal, but we will be continually, aggressively seeking to achieve this goal in the longer term as well. Healthy communities are safe communities. And you'll know that most of the time that I visited Medicine Hat, I visited when I was the Minister of Justice. And I'll maintain the support for crime prevention and rehabilitation in Medicine Hat that you have already defined as a community matter to you. First of all, through the Safe Community Secretariat, Rob Renner and I were just talking about it today, we are now funding 18 new detox beds in Medicine Hat. So substance abusers who want to make a positive change in their lives can get help faster and do it in their community. And that's important. It's important because they're from your community, and it's important because it's the most effective way to deal with preventative programming. Through Safe Communities, we also provided New Ways for Families Conflict Resolution Project with $475,000 so that Medicine Hat parents that are going through traumatic divorce will be able to get the counseling that they need so that their children aren't impacted by the breakdown of the family. This is a tremendously important project led by lawyers in Medicine Hat who understand the importance of preventative work so that kids don't fall through the cracks in family breakdown. I'd like to thank them for the work that they do. And Medicine Hat also received, through the Safe Communities Innovation Fund, $1,050,000 for the McMahon Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorder Project, which allowed them to offer enhanced assistance to Albertans that are struggling with the challenges facing families that experience fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. We have to keep Medicine Hat streets safe and its families strong. And by proactively planning, listening to your community leaders, all of you who are here in this room today, you've been able to embrace prevention programs that will allow us to continue to ensure that people in our community have a strong and healthy and optimistic quality of life. So thank you for that. You know, all of us want our children, all of the children in our province, to see this province the way that we did when we were growing up, as the best place on earth to live and to learn and to grow and to contribute. I want them to be proud to be Albertans. And great public services are a start. But as Southern Alberta proves, we have countless opportunities to excel in other areas. When it comes to agriculture and environmental sustainability, Medicine Hat is dominant. Yields are excellent, quality is exceptional, turned out to be a good year. And farmers are pioneering new strains like PS hybrid canola and investing in more efficient irrigation systems. We see strong irrigation districts. We understand the integration of community sustainability, environmental sustainability, and agriculture. And we see that in Southern Alberta, and we need to be proud of that. Agriculture is Alberta's second biggest industry. The agriculture industry makes Alberta grow. It helps us to build markets overseas, and it will continue to allow us to diversify our economy. And all of us in this province, no matter where we are from, need to understand the relationship that Albertans need to have between the land and economic development. In advanced education and technology, Southern Alberta is shining. Lethbridge Community College, of course, is doing an awful lot of work with wind. Talking to students and seeing the incredible capacity, the technical capacity that the college is developing that's allowing for wind projects to become part of sustainable energy in this province is fantastic. Southern Alberta has the fastest winds in the province, as we know,
and 20 wind farms amounting to 800 megawatts of generating capacity, with more on the way. We can and we must grow this field and make it world-class. It will add jobs to Medicine Hat in the region, it will build the tax base, and it will allow this region to continue to thrive. But it will do something else. It will allow us as Albertans to be able to talk to people across Canada and around the world about how we're committed to a diverse energy economy. And that's important, and it's important for this part of the province. Now, Southern Alberta is home, not just to you, but to breathtaking natural beauty. And I know that Medicine Hat residents are keenly interested in preserving it. Environmental stewardship, as I said, is a value for all Albertans. And when we're talking about technology, agricultural innovation, or long-term planning and consultation, Medicine Hat has become an important link in all of those areas. You already have some great initiatives underway. The Medicine Hat College is developing programs like the Encana Power Engineering Technology Centre as part of the Economic Development Alliance in Southeast Alberta. That's an important partnership because of what it brings together. It's a group that is dedicated to turning Southern Alberta into an alternate energy hub, especially with respect to solar power. And critical to our energy, environmental sustainability, and international reputation is protecting our natural resources like the South Saskatchewan River Basin. During the leadership campaign, I spoke about the importance of public consultation. And as many of you are aware, there was a request for proposals to sell 16,000 acres of public land near Bow Island, west of Medicine Hat. Many Albertans, many in this region, expressed concern about that RFP and its potential impact on local water resources and ranching community. You know your region best, and as a result, we have canceled that RFP. We will not be selling the land as it was proposed. Instead, we will do what government should do. We will wait for the final report on that parcel from the South Saskatchewan Basin Regional Authority Council. My government will not undermine the council by moving ahead without the report. Once we have it, we will give the report the consideration that it deserves before deciding on the land's ultimate fate. Protecting the South Saskatchewan River is crucial. Medicine Hatters are intensely familiar, unfortunately, with both drought and flood. And you know better than anyone else the tough choices that must be made to keep our province healthy and our communities sustainable, and to have systems in place to manage both sets of circumstances. I'm counting on your support for the government's Water for Life strategy. I believe that water conservation is so important that I've added water to the title of the Environment Ministry. And I think it's important to add that word to the title to also honor the excellent work that's been done by Lauren Taylor and Rob Renner, and we pass that legacy on now to Diana McCool. We know that the best Alberta is a sustainable Alberta. By using our resources intelligently, by making smart decisions, we will make sure that your home is still your home where you want it to be 50 and 100 years from now. Our plans for a green Alberta will also benefit Medicine Hat's natural gas industry. Until now, there's been a strong emphasis in Alberta on carbon capture and sequestration over other technologies that have not received their due. And I look forward to wider horizons to reduce Alberta's carbon footprint. And this is where you come in. I'm excited about natural gas-fueled electricity cogen. Natural gas is the fuel of the future. It is clean-burning, easy to extract, and particularly abundant around here. By capturing the steam that is produced, as you know, as a byproduct of its extraction and using it to power turbines, we will get two forms of power from one source. We will diversify future government investment in carbon reduction into cogen, helping your city in the same way. You will benefit twice from the same raw commodity. Medicine Hat's future looks incredibly bright because of the resources that you own and the commitment that we need to make to more sustainable energy production. The twin needs of keeping Alberta beautiful and the energy sector vibrant do not leave us with a stark choice. By investing in emerging technologies, we can do both. Alberta is blessed with incredible advantages that make it a wonderful place to live. And to me, this means several things. It means running a government that spends wisely on public services and investing in infrastructure to keep Albertans' changing needs current. It means putting money into the Sustainability Fund and to the Heritage Fund, because parents do not leave their children with debt, and we won't do that either. We need to invest in our kids so that we can continue to grow our knowledge-based economy and to grow our future opportunities. That's why education and healthcare and social policy matter. They're long-term visions of how we build our community and we build our economy for the future. And I'll tell you that what I've talked about tonight are not wide-eyed big spending promises. They represent a thoughtful approach to our future and to the health of our communities that will matter to Albertans today and in the future. We will spend smarter. We will not give you simplistic solutions. Simple solutions do not work. Albertans are smarter than to think that a purely ideological perspective can serve our people, our province, our nation, or our place in the world. This means balancing budgets and searching for savings and treating your money with the same care that you do, because it is your money. And it means doing everything possible to help, not hinder families, because family is the most important value that we have. This is an exciting year of renewal for our party. We are in the midst of change, and in the midst of responding to even more, both locally and globally. But one fact stays the same. We progressive conservatives are at our best when we reflect and we live Albertans' values. We are a family. We are Albertans. And above all, what we want is what's best for Alberta. I am truly grateful for your contribution tonight, your contribution to our great province. And it is the commitment of passionate progressive conservatives like you that builds our party, builds our province, and gives us the ability to continue to serve Albertans by providing a strong, healthy, transparent government that can earn the trust of Albertans going into the next election. Thank you.
Premier, as you may have noticed, Medicine Hat is intensely proud and independent. And I think you noticed that throughout your time as Justice Minister in touring our city, and certainly throughout the afternoon as we got a bit of a flavor and a feel for Medicine Hat. And I'll tell you, Premier, Medicine Hat is also loyal and respectful to the leaders within this community. And that loyalty and that respect is something that they expect their leaders to earn. They want their leaders to listen, and they want their leaders to act on the advice that they hear from the people. Premier, I think I can speak on behalf of the people in this room. You've demonstrated tonight, you've demonstrated throughout the campaign that you are prepared to listen to the people, not only of Medicine Hat, but the people of Alberta. And more importantly, you're prepared to act based upon the advice that you receive. I think that we, as a progressive conservative party, are now at indeed the threshold. We have successfully reinvented ourselves a number of times throughout our history. And I think I can say without hesitation that the people here in this room, from Medicine Hat and Premier, in fact throughout southern Alberta, as I want to thank and appreciate the folks that have joined us from the rest of southern Alberta, southeastern Alberta, in fact southwestern Alberta, Lethbridge, and all points in between. The people are thrilled that we have a leader that is committed to listen, that is committed to make change. And I think the optimism that I feel within this room will magnify itself throughout the province as we recognize that reinvention of the Progressive Conservative Party is well and truly underway under your leadership. The next election looks mighty fine to me. Thank you so much.